Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Good evening to you all. I hope you're all doing well. It's looking like we're going to get daily updates, daily videos, 2 a day, it looks like, unless obviously anything, anything big happens. But that's what it's looking like, lunchtime, tea time-ish kind of vibe. I hope you're all doing well anyway. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to be talking in today's video about Crysencio Somerville. Obviously, Crysencio had an opportunity to leave Leeds United, it would seem, but the offers that came to the table were not for his liking, or maybe even for Leeds United's liking. But Crysencio doesn't turn down a Brighton if he doesn't know offers are coming. And we're seeing now that the deadline's passed, that Liverpool, Chelsea and PSG have all been linked with an interest for him. So that's obviously something we'll discuss and get into and see the report where that's come from. Also, Leeds United have again been linked to Torunarigha. This was a player we spoke about a couple of weeks ago now. And it's picked up pace again, wants to leave Ghent. He does have an offer on the table from Hoffenheim, I believe. But Leeds United are also in there as well. Can play centre-back and also played a lot of his football last season at left-back as well. Could be an option there. Cover positions. Looks like Junior's probably going to leave. I don't know what you folks think, but the fact he's been allowed to go to the Olympics for Dominican Republic sort of tells that story, if you like. Is it me, or does my phone look a little bit, or does my camera, look a little bit, little bit cloudy? I'm just going to give that a little bit of a clean. Hopefully that's a little bit clearer. Maybe it's the lighting. I'm not too sure. But hey ho, no one needs to be seeing me in 4K anyway, really, do they? Hope you're all doing well. Right, okay. Look, Tyler, you're right. I've just been sent this as well. If they genuinely want Scott Parker, announce not getting promoted now. He's pish. Scott Parker's not great at all. Not a great manager. Don't know how he keeps getting jobs. Let them crack on. I would have been worried had they got Van Nistelrooy. I'm not no more. So yeah, all good, isn't it? Exciting times. It's mad how quick we can all get excited, right? We can all get excited when we see, when we see things involving the football club and all that sort of jazz. 100%. Peter Hollis sounds interesting. Looks like a rebuild will be in order. Certainly looks like that. There's going to be a lot of exits. But, of course, the 49ers need to put up because we know they've allowed Gray to leave, will allow others to leave as well. So the money's there now. There are no excuses. We've got investment from Red Bull. We've got Archie Gray sale. We've got other sales as well. So there's money there now. So, you need to be spending it, and hopefully they will. Yeah, they never will. Great to see Georgie on the video as well, getting all excited and stuff. We know how he does, and it's a player that's definitely not going anywhere. You think we'll sign a big name signing? I hope so. What do you mean? Like, what constitutes a big name signing for you, though? Someone big from... I guess Joel Pirro was a big name signing, right? Joel Pirro was a big name signing last season. So, something like that, yeah? No, he won't, Richard. No, he won't. He's not great, mate, at all. But we'll chat about that. Did he? With Mitrovic? With Mitrovic, who scored about 50, 60 goals, I think I'd have gotten promoted. Same with the Bournemouth side. Let's see what players he's got, but Leeds United will finish above Burnley with Parker in charge, definitely. Jack Clark's the dream. He's going to the Premier League, mate. I think he'll go to Brentford, if anywhere. Sargent would be a statement for me. Yeah, again, people will call him a bum, will say all sorts of words, but for me, he gets you 25, 30 goals in a Farker system in this Leeds United side that will have a lot of creators alongside him. I think we'll be fine. Yeah. But Jack Clark, I think it's a bit of a pipe dream, personally. I think people are getting giddy after the Ian Hart stuff. But like someone said to me earlier on, he's got a few players that are at the club. He's an agent. Jack Clark's probably his biggest name, but I won't read too much into that, if I'm being honest. My back's hurting. I've been to the gym today. Big up to Horse in a Council Fat with the super chat. He says, my house pal Trigger was rushed to hospital when he heard about the Gray transfer, but I just phoned the hospital and he's still in a stable condition. That's good. Why the hospital and not the veterinarians? Probably would have been better at the vets, mate. But yeah, big up to Horse in a Council Flat, the best name on YouTube. And I love the picture, by the way. Yeah, I've just seen something there from Jack. If Creed goes for 35-40, we are loaded. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. I'm just going to lower this. Yeah, tell me about it. Vic says Sargent got 16 goals in only 28 games. He had one of the best goals penalty ratios in the whole division. Exactly. I think he'd be good. Never happening, mate. Never happening, unfortunately. Never happening. I think they want about 30, 40, 50, man. He'll go elsewhere. We should have maybe got him when we were originally in for him. Steve Miller, yeah, Jebberson. Someone actually spoke to me yesterday about Jebberson, asking if we were signing him. I know we were linked a few weeks back, but you can now sign deals, right? So if we were, we would have, I think. Let me just have a look what my mate Lee had to say. 1 second, I'm just looking through the messages there. Right, okay. Never really had a run in the squad. 20-year-old prospect. Dortmund, Everton, and some others were after him at one point. He could be class given the chance. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But he thinks Sheffield United are going down because their finances are all over the shop. Everybody's not signed. Your likes of McBurney and all that have all left. And don't be worried about Sheffield United next season. They're not in a great place. Like I say, they've just been demoted from the Premier League and they're getting Jamie Shack. I love Jamie Shack, but yeah. He said, as it stands, we have one striker, Will Elusu, a 19-year-old who has scored 1 goal against Gillingham in the Cup. That's there. That will change, of course, but I think they're in the mud a little bit, Sheffield United. But yeah, that was his thoughts on Jebberson. Baseline Bible, big up to you, mate. He says, hi, mate, can you explain financial fair play and profit and sustainability, as we know a big sale was needed, trying to make someone understand here? Okay, what in particular do you want to know? So, this is a very hard question. So it's hard to know. It's like we have to be accountants. So the deadline was the 30th of June. You're allowed so many losses over. I tell you what I'm going to do. Right, 1 second. Let me just get you the perfect article, and then you can show your mate that, because it's like pulling teeth going through that shit. It's done my head in. Wait there. I'm going to get it here now. Here we go. Here's the article. But, in a nutshell, there's the article which explains it all. For the new 3-year PSR accounting period, July 22 to June 25, Leeds will be permitted to lose up to a maximum of 61 million. 22-23 accounts reflected a 34 million loss. Headroom has fallen due to second consecutive season in the Championship. So between July 22 and June 25, we're allowed to lose 61. We've already lost 34. That's the current PSR, profit and sustainability. Financial, it's the same, profit and sustainability, FFP. It's just been repackaged, right? So yeah, big up to Matt. I come in good faith and don't want to rub salt in the wounds, but we will take good care of Archie. We know it hurts to lose one of our own, yeah. There's the article, though, mate, getting that. Yeah, 83 million losses over the last 3-year cycle, yeah. Not maybe, Richard, we will. We will. It's not even a maybe. We definitely will. We definitely will sell more. One of them being Crescencio or Somerville. So let's jump straight into that. Let's jump straight into that. I wonder who this Leeds expert is. Who we spoke? Baron Cross. There you go. Off of Bamford to Sheffield United. Imagine. MC says, hi, Joel. These outgoings is depressing, but at least your gorgeous Viking face is here to cheer us up. Thank you for that, MC. That means a lot. I need to hear that right now, mate. I can't lie to you. I've been a bit down. yeah, my girlfriend's binned us off, so I'm a little bit down. I have been. I can't lie to you. You know me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah. So I've been a little bit down since Sunday, if I'm honest. So I need to hear that right now. That's why I've been to the gym, and yeah, I'm just like yesterday. I'm moped about. I can't lie. I'm moped about. I've never been like that, but it hurts, man. It stings. It is what it is. It hurts. It stings. But we move. So thank you for telling me that. That means a lot. So yeah, Chris. That's true, man. That's true. That's true. It's all good though. It was nice though. It wasn't like I'm a knob and da da da. I hate you and all that. Do you know what I mean? It was amicable, but it's just a bit sad and a bit sad and a bit shit. But hey ho, we move, don't we? We move, people. We've got to, man. You've got to. Oh God, right, okay. I feel like I needed to share that to exercise it. Do you know what I mean? Like, boof. Yeah, exactly. I got finished by Archie and then finished by lads back at 4 Parch. Yeah, good times. Yeah, big up to you, Michael. Big up to you. At least you didn't have. No, but reminders are everywhere, bro. I can't lie to you. Reminders are everywhere. I can't lie, that's funny. I went to the fridge to get some milk for my cup of tea, and there's a magnet on there from Malaga, and I went, do you know what I mean? I was like, oh no. I don't want to get rid of the magnet though, but do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh. Yeah, so it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's mad, that, innit? God. Yeah, it is what it is. We move. I'm really upset, but you know, we'll get over it, won't we? Here's something funny that'll help. No, I didn't have a tattoo. We did discuss it though. That's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Anyway, this'll make you and me cheer up. The meltdown now from Americans against Weston McKennie is great. Feck this fat arsehole. I'm with Leeds fans now. Weston is an arsehole who doesn't give a shit about anything. That has been very, very, very good to see the USMNT accounts fall on their sword and say, do you know what, Leeds fans? You were right. We were wrong. You know, Wayne, I'm very sorry to hear that, mate. My thoughts go out to you, brother. Rest in peace to your mum, mate. I hope you're well. Yeah, Jack, I will be doing, man. I hear about it. And like everyone here, condolences to you. Yeah, we did. Bro, I took her for tapas, man. I took her. Yeah, I did that, but it is what it is, man. Keep your chin up, Joe, and all that jazz. Still love her. It is what it is. Right, let's move. Right, let's get into some proper news now, and enough about me. Right, okay, so this one, again, this one I'm not so sure about. I think it's lazy. Oliver Skipp's not coming to the championship, in my opinion, first and foremost, yeah? First and foremost, he's not coming to the championship. It's not happening, yeah? Definitely not happening. Because not only that, like, if you listen to Alistair Gold, yeah? If you listen to Alistair Gold, who's the, like, top-tier Tottenham Germo, I believe, he did a video yesterday explaining the Archie Gray deal and mentioned Oliver Skipp and actually said, look, Oliver Skipp probably will stay at Spurs because they need a homegrown quota for Europe, yeah? So that's that means he's going to stay. And if they do, sorry, I keep drifting off because we were talking about and if they do sell, he'll go to the Premier League. Sharpie, I would, mate. I'm loaning it out. There's no way. There's no way he gets loaned to the Championship, because if Oliver Skipp's available on a loan, guess what happens? Everybody else at the bottom end of the Premier League come for him on a loan as well. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Joe, if you say it ain't happening, it probably... Yeah, that's true. That's true, because I said Archie will stay, didn't I? I've also said Somerville, so maybe I'm wrong. But Oliver Skipp's not happening. He's staying at Spurs anyway. He's a homegrown talent. They need their quota. They don't even have that many players to fill that quota, as Alistair Gold says. So he's not going anywhere. Yeah? He's not going anywhere. Now, let's get stuck into the Somerville news. This is from De Telegraaf. This is a Dutch publication, so I've had to convert it into Dutch, of course. So let me just go through this. So Wolfsburg, I don't know what that bit means, but this is from Mike Verlogi. PSG has set its sights on Somerville. Sources close to the French top club report that the club management has contacted the management of the Leeds United attacker, who scored 19 times and provided 9 assists in 43 games in the Championship last season. It does say the French champions are not the only club that has set its sights on the Feyenoord-trained young Orange player. Somerville spoke to Brighton and Hove Albion, but the Premier League club was unwilling to include a limited transfer fee in the contract of the Dutch player. For whatever reason, that Brighton deal didn't go through. I think, Somerville knew more was coming. Like, of course, people will have sounded at his agent and stuff. Goes on to say Fulham... Let me just zoom in. I don't know if you could see that well. That's too much. There. Is that better? Yeah. Fulham were also concrete, but now, I don't know what... Can you see the top of that, man? It's giving me fucking... My eyes a thing. Why does it keep moving like that? Fulham were also concrete, but now seem to have lost out to interested clubs, of course, such as PSG, Liverpool and Chelsea. It does say the latter two clubs have inquired about Somerville's situation, so it's saying both Liverpool and Chelsea have already inquired. I was on a video yesterday on the 12th Man podcast, and Dan, his name was, who's a Chelsea content creator, said one of their directors, sporting directors, whoever it may be, said that whoever Brighton go in for, they will go in for because of Brighton's record in the transfer market. So they have like an algorithm that they follow. If the player hits all the algorithm, they go try buy him. So it looks at the moment that whoever Brighton are linked with, Chelsea are going to have a nibble. Chelsea are going to try and secure the services. This came from him, and it's come from someone at the club, right? So I thought about it, and I was like, well, it could make sense with Somerville, because Brighton have entered the race, and then they've probably seen that, and then got on the phone to Somerville and maybe gone, listen, give us till the 1st of July, when this PSR FFP thing's done, and we'll try and sort a deal. So yeah, look, he's going. He will go. The fact that these clubs are being linked, PSG, Liverpool, Chelsea, this is why, for me, I find it laughable is maybe a harsh word. I think deluded, that's probably same as harsh, but I think it's deluded to think that Crysencio Somerville gives us another year in the Championship. Definitely doesn't. So, and when you are linked to PSG, Liverpool and Chelsea, you're leaving. Because even if these clubs don't come with bids, the fact that you're linked to them means other teams in the Premier League will come with bids. Goes on to say, for the time being, PSG therefore has the best papers. It is known how much Leeds United wants to receive a buyout of the contract that runs until 2026, but it is multiple of the 1.5 euro. Yeah, it's what, 35, 40 million, do you think? That's that story there. How much do you think Somerville goes for? I'll put a poll in the chat. Let's find out what people think. Also, folks, there's 543 people watching. We've only got 148 likes. Can we get the likes smashed? Please? Right, okay. So, how much does Cree go for? Right. And we will start it off at 30. We will go 35, and then we will do 40. I think no more than that. let's put 45 just for shits and giggles. I put a poll in the chat. I want you to tell me how much he actually goes for. If you think it'll be 28, then go for 30. Do you know what I mean? That kind of vibe. You know how it goes. Yeah, Barry, there are no excuses now, bro. I agree with you. There are no excuses. There are no excuses now. Definitely not. You know, we have to be getting top whack because we now have money. Like, and if it turns out now, right, that even still there's issues, then you know they're just lies. You know what I mean? Why you always lying? Do you know what I mean? Championship player of the season must be 40 million. Yeah, well, it's a lot of money in it. What about not selling Sean? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Look, weigh it up, right? You've got a player there who, Championship player of the season, has outgrown Leeds in terms of his performances. Leeds United also need to be smart because his stock's so high and we only paid 1.5 million for him. We've obviously got issues financially because we're in this division as well, so it's a massive, massive profit because that's how we have to look at things these days. So it's a massive, massive profit in that respect. And also, clubs like PSG, like Liverpool, like Chelsea coming in for him. So there's not a chance that Ampadu turns down them lucrative deals and offers first and foremost to stay another year in the Championship. It just doesn't compute. And I think it's like a lot of people maybe are using it as copium for the Gray thing, but he's not staying. Sell high. It's a bidding war out there. Agreed, you know. And his stock is highest now, isn't it? His stock is highest now. Higher than it's ever been. So, 2026, isn't it? Yeah, he's got 2 years left. Yeah. What if he has a shocking season? Then we're not getting it. We've seen that one on tour. Now, with hindsight, you look back and think, yeah, we probably should have sold him last summer. But, boom. And also with Cree, now I don't mean again, hear me out here. In the Championship, you can replace him because he was levels above the Championship. He was a cheat code in the Championship. So, okay, they won't give you nowhere near as much quality, maybe nowhere near as much output. But what I'm saying, he was that good that you could still get a player in who would be deemed average that would also be very good for the Championship. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. And listen, Nonto, perfect replacement. If he's willing to stay, stick him out on the left, we see a new Nonto. And then, next season, Nonto's 50 mil. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see. How much does Cree go for? 40 million seems to be the general. Kevin, I'm certain. But that's just me. I'm certain. 40 million is the 38%, 28%. I'm going to put another poll out. I am going to put another poll out just to ask, does Somerville leave? Just to get the general consensus. I'm certain, but we'll see. Listen, I'd love Ahmad from Manchester United, but he played well in times. There's no way he comes back to the Championship. He's done his yards at Sunderland, hasn't he? He's done that, so I don't think he sees that as a move for him again. Definitely not. So, I just think it's a matter of time. I would have been happy to sell Nonto and Somerville if Archie stayed, but since he left, yeah. I agree with you there, Michael. I'm the same as well. Let's talk about Jordan Torunarigha up next now then. This is, here we go. Let me bring this in. Okay, can you see that all right? Oh, I need to move it across a little bit maybe. There. Leeds United transfer target. Transfer talk at Leeds United today is centred around Archie Gray, which we know. However, there is another transfer story that appears to be progressing. The Whites have been linked with interest in Ghent defender Jordan Torunarigha. Player has entered the final 12 months of his contract. He's now told a number of publications he's ready to leave the Belgian side. There are very exciting and specific inquiries that I'm dealing with. I feel good. I'm in top shape and ready for the next step. That could be enticing news for Leeds, who would have to beat competition to sign the 26-year-old, with Hoffenheim having supposedly tabled a £9 million bid for the player. Just out of interest, let me just check something. Why is that doing that? Hoffenheim are in the Bundesliga, right? They didn't get promoted, right? They didn't get relegated, I believe. I should know this, really, shouldn't I? Florian Grilic, yeah, you would imagine so. Ozan Kabak, oof, do you remember him? Shocking. Kramaric, yeah, they're Bundesliga, right? I should know this, but that's going to make any deal hard to do, of course. But Jordan Torunarigha has been linked on a number of occasions as well. Bobby says he was born there. Fair enough. I think he played, actually, didn't I? I remember doing a video on it a few weeks back. He was very well thought of in the German setup, especially at younger age groups. I can't remember who said it. They got Europe. There you go then. So that's not happening, is it? And should we be spending 9 million on him? I'm not too sure. Yeah, there you go. He was at Hertha previously, then went to Ghent. Yeah, I think it's going to be very tough, isn't it? So he's actually played for Nigeria since, but he was at German levels 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, went to the Olympics, but now has opted to go for Nigeria because obviously his career internationally has stalled, yeah? Big up to Barney. I got your message, actually, your tweet. He says, my debt is paid. Pretty sure my hate for Greg Berhalter is worse than yours was for Jesse. Got suspended from X for my dumb words. With PSG in this, we can actually see Cree going for 50 million. Insane market. 50 million would be insane. Yeah, Barney was convinced that America would beat Uruguay and said he would bet me. And fair play to the guy. He's come on and paid his dues, so big up to you for that. Yeah, so Jordan Torunarigha, would love him, like I say. Yeah, would love Jordan Torunarigha, but I think with other clubs like that interested, I think it's gonna be tough. Did he actually say that? Money talks, progression talks, but yeah, listen, he's not coming anywhere. He's gonna go. He definitely will go to the Premier League. It's a matter of when, not if, for me. He doesn't spend another season in the Championship, I don't think. So Jordan Torunarigha has won. Again, it's now been reported in Liverpool as well, the Liverpool Echo, about Somerville. Liverpool, I don't know why it's doing that, why it's cutting it off a little bit. I need to maybe, I'll tell you what, if I put me at the side, will that work? But then again, it's far away, isn't it? But anyway, Liverpool have reportedly inquired over Somerville's availability. The 22-year-old has been linked with a move to Merseyside as he looks likely to depart Leeds United following their playoff heartbreak. So it's been reported as well in there. And look, the one thing, what I will say with Somerville, they've been linked to Anthony Gordon. And by all accounts, Anthony Gordon wants to move. Now, Anthony Gordon's twice the player of Somerville right now. So it depends what happens there. If they're serious about Gordon and they want to get that over the line, and apparently Gordon wants it, if they are serious about Gordon, I don't see them going for Somerville because they play in the same position, right? So we'll have to watch and see what happens with Gordon. But thankfully, I've got someone who's joining me now. I always love chatting, even when we have spats. Here he is.
Hello.
Mr.
We didn't have a spat.
No, we didn't have a spat. Yeah, no, I always think we did. Did you get? You didn't reply to my response. I was like,
I muted that thread immediately.
Same, bro. I did the same. Sure. I do it all the time. I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore.
All I've done all day is go mute. Yeah, I'm over the outrage at this point. I want to get on with it and move forward. It's not happening. Not changing.
I've changed my background. I'm done as well, mate. I'm like, I can't be asked talking about it anymore. Even still now, it's still coming out, and I can't be asked with it. We're talking about great people, by the way. Go on, mate.
Oh yeah, I've a 1970s Leeds United FA Cup top signed by the Legends team that I won in an auction. I mean, none of them play for us anymore. Should I put that in the bin?
No, I haven't put mine in the bin. It's just I can't have it behind me anymore, can I? You know what I mean? I will keep it.
That was Harry.
Yeah, exactly. If he wears number 22, it'll be going back up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Right, mate, Somerville. What do you make to it? Linked to Liverpool, PSG, and Chelsea. He's a goner, right?
I've been in my back garden all day. I haven't looked at my phone.
Did you not know?
Drilling stuff in walls. I didn't know, but I'm not surprised. I mean, he's been linked with every team. I fully expected him to leave. Even with Archie going, I still fully expected him to leave.
Yes.
The good thing about the sale of Archie means Leeds are in a very strong position to dictate a fee. Yeah. And if you've got PSG and Liverpool sniffing them, the reality with Liverpool is Liverpool have a ceiling on their transfers. They don't tend to go above 35, 40 million. So, and the market has changed this year. You look at all the young players that have gone for 20, 25 million, or in one case, I saw yesterday 30 million for a 19-year-old, and which is just going to inflate the market massively. Yeah. Which means what's Cree worth? If a 17-year-old with 170 minutes is worth 25 million, what's Cree worth? You know.
You're right.
So
all right.
PSG could spend that kind of money, maybe.
100%. Like, the mad thing is, like, I've been. What do you think's an acceptable price? We put a poll out. A lot of people think 40. If you get 40 for Somerville, it's insane business. It is, isn't it? It's insane.
Well, if Archie's 40.
Yeah, I suppose there is that.
Because Cree's very young as well. Like, so
you want 80. Joe wants 80.
What I'm saying is, it's the market's inflated now and it's broken. PSR has broken the transfer market again. So it's now a case of, well, what's a fair fee for Cree Somerville? If again, just to steal what I said a second ago, if an 18-year-old with one season under his belt is worth 40 million, what is a 21-year-old with 20 plus goals and assists under his belt in the championship in his first season they're worth? So it's probably in excess of 40. So you're looking at 45, which is, we were all told you'll never get 45 for Cree. We just got 40 for Archie. So who knows what you'll get from him, you know? And if there's a bit of wheeling and dealing and players coming back, you know, throw in Conor Bradley and
that's what I'm saying. I was saying this earlier, like, because of the market, there is a lot of insider trading between players now as well. So if you do go to a Chelsea, you do go to a Liverpool, you can ask them for someone in return, can't you? You know what I mean? A sweetener.
They're all doing it. Yeah, they're all doing it. Chelsea gave away one of the young players to Forest. That was it. Chelsea youngsters joined Forest or Newcastle youngster Elliott joined Forest for £35 million.
Yeah.
Which is
a great player, Elliot Anderson, by the way, and they'll be gutted to lose him. He's a great player.
But where does Cree rank with that price? You know, and if that's the club, you know, if Nottingham Forest are paying 35 million for a young player, if Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain want to pay money for someone like Cree, then that goes up significantly. That goes up. But then the question is, do you get the fee you want? And this is the situation. We know Cree is not pushing for a move away from the club, which is great. Mm-hmm. Which means Leeds can dictate a price. And if the price doesn't match what Leeds want, then maybe we're in a similar situation to Nanto last year, where Leeds just say, well, you know, you're not matching the fee. He doesn't go. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. But I would expect him to go. I'd be crazy. Look, you know, we're due a second round of outrage on Twitter at some point in the next couple of weeks. So why not get it out of the way early? You know? And that's not aimed at you. That's not aimed at you.
Man. I did have outrage, 100%. But yeah, it'll be.
But I know where yours comes from. You haven't threatened to cancel season tickets or stop supporting the club.
No. I think the next, you and me both know, it's the 2nd of July. It'll be like, where's the fecking players soon? Very soon it'll be.
I've already seen one going, come on, Leeds, do something. You just signed Joe Rodan permanently. Relax.
Yeah, chill. I agree. But you know how this story goes, and we have to battle.
There's a guy, the amount of times I'm in this mood because I'm idle and I'm annoyed and I'm angry. So I'm in this weird vibe where if I see a tweet that bothers me, I'm hovering over the keys going, I just want to say something. I'm not doing it. But somebody did reply to the Leeds post about Archie and said, when are we going to get good owners who know how to manage a club, who know how to run contracts properly and can run the investment properly? And my response was going to be, you should apply for the job, mate. You clearly know more than the experts that are running the club. Yeah. You know, with your GCSEs, I'm sure they'll whip you in no problem ahead of all these guys who are financial experts, you know?
100%.
Some of the stuff is...
Do you know what as well? D, you don't watch me, bro, because that's not my style at all.
No.
At all. I'm never that. I always say... Like, look at January, for example. My God, I was telling, we will sign people. And everyone will go, we're fucking... So that's not my style. So you don't watch D. Can we talk about this as well? Because, listen, I can't lie to you, folks. I didn't even look at the core tweets. I didn't read them. I didn't read any of the responses because I knew what it would be. I'd just seen people's opinion on it saying, have you seen the state of the responses to this? And I just thought, oh my God, it's crazy.
Benrahma again or something like that. He was compared to Benrahma. And then people go, who brings a film crew on holidays? The reality is, and for those who don't know how to make video content, he's gone on holidays with a decent smartphone because that's what we use. And then he's got good editing skills and a couple of his mates. The first half of that video is Chris Summerville in Leeds gear working his ass off during his free time.
Yeah.
He's on holidays.
On holiday, exactly.
On holiday, working his ass off. And then he's having a good time with his mates. And I'm sorry that you're not earning the same amount of money as Chris Summerville and you can't enjoy yourself as much as he has. But he's a young man hanging out with his mates, spending his money that he's earned. Yeah. Who the hell are we to tell him what he can do on his holidays? People need to grow up. I saw it last year with Ilan Meslier. The year Leeds got relegated, Meslier goes to Paris on holidays with his missus. And people are like, how dare he be on holidays? It's like, he's on his holidays. The club is shut right now. Even if he wanted to get into the club, the door's closed. He can't get in. Like,
if I was that rich, man, I genuinely would have someone taking video. I'd be like, come along on holiday, man.
Just on this, the kid Dubai living it up and working hard. He is, right? And to those who said, like, oh, look at him go over in Dubai spending money, and they're like, yeah, wasn't Archie over there like a week ago doing a training camp?
They were.
Yeah,
him, Creswell. Yeah, they were.
But he's allowed to do that, but nobody else is. Because he's a grey, he can do what he wants, and nobody else is allowed to go and do the same thing. No, it's crazy some of the reactions that people have. If I had his money, I would spend it, and I would spend it very well, and I would enjoy myself as much as he's enjoying himself. And why shouldn't he enjoy himself? He had a banger of a season last year and deserves to go and relax and celebrate.
I agree. I think it's
just
wild.
We're just outraged at everything. We're just waiting on the next thing to be annoyed at. Like the picture of the club going, players coming back went up. The picture of Thorpe Arch going back to work, and the amount of abuse that followed that tweet. Really? And you're like,
is Somerville back? By the way, does anyone know if Somerville's back? Because I haven't watched the clips yet.
There's no video. I haven't seen any video. They might be out now, but I haven't seen the video.
There is now. I know Rutter's there. Nonto's there. Ampadu's there. I don't know if because I know Rodon's in America because that's why the deal took us long. Oh, so Somerville's gone. There you go. So Somerville is back. So all this outrage about him going on holidays, he's back at training. Do you know what I mean? So fair play to him.
Do you put up photographs, Joe, when you go on holidays on Instagram?
100%, yeah. I share it all the
time.
So do I.
It's a normal thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
How dare you?
And like I say, if I had someone coming along who were willing to take videos, I'd put that up as well. Do you know what I mean?
Instead of getting all those videos of your feet walking and your Crocs on you, you know?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah. That's how I would go, mate. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's been plenty clips going around now. To be fair, Harriman, sorry, did we not all believe he was gone last summer? I know he's probably going to go, but I hold little hope in my heart. I don't think Somerville was gone last summer though. I think the focus
rumours that he was going back to
Feyenoord, Sinistera. I thought Somerville. Yeah, I think we all. Well, I don't know.
His car was pictured in Holland when they were supposed to be back, and he wasn't supposed to be there. But apparently, he was talking to Feyenoord. But that was all rumours and apparently, but he didn't go anywhere. And you know. He might not now. But I would be shocked if he doesn't. I'd be shocked if he's still here to start the season.
Yeah, same. Do you think there's a chance we keep Nonto and give him that left-hand side?
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
no one's going to give us the money we want for him, so Leeds will say you're staying again, bro.
And Everton are the only club that are sniffing around, and apparently they can't afford him. Now, unless the takeover goes through, they might be able to afford him. But they're being bought over by the Roma owner who doesn't have a bean in Italy to spend. No, exactly, but he's going to have money in England to spend. I don't understand how that works. But look,
he still hasn't. What was I going to say? He still hasn't got fucking Llorente through the door for feck's sake, has he? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's gone to Betis now, apparently. So that's exactly. That one for slightly more than we're going to get as well. Yeah. I don't. I wouldn't be shocked if we started the season without Nonto and Cree. But I also now wouldn't be shocked if we started the season with one or both of them. Yeah. But either way, I'm fully prepared for them to go. So there'll be zero reaction from me if they do, because I fully expect them to leave.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen, and I know but Sam Rodon's tweeted. Did you see this?
Connor Roberts.
at Connor Roberts, where you at, boyo? I'm not sold on it,
2.
mate, to be honest. But do you think that could happen?
Yeah.
You think
Apparently
he'll come
Leeds are
back?
still sniffing around them as well. Yeah, and Burnley are interested with a fullback. Actually, I have it in front of me here somewhere. Burnley are interested in a fullback. There it is. They're interested in Sharandi Sambo, who plays for PSV right back. Okay. So if they get him, Roberts goes down the pecking order, and then there's a possibility. But they say Leeds might have to be patient with that one to get him in the door. Yeah. They have to wait till that deal gets done first. And Burnley don't have a manager just yet still. So
I don't know if you've seen Scott Parker's going to be announced. Apparently, it's not a great appointment. It's not a great appointment though. I'm not worried about Burnley now.
No, I'm not. He'll be decent. He'll do a decent job in the Championship, and he'd be in amongst it, like, because he did with Bournemouth. But he makes silly comments, and he thinks he's a bigger personality than he is. Like, you saw Bournemouth, he said the players weren't good enough to stay up, and they fired him. And then Gary O'Neill comes in and keeps them up, and you're like, well, there you go. Yeah. So he has that in soccer. He didn't do great in Belgium either.
No, with Connor Roberts, to be fair to him, a full pre-season at Leeds and game time because Archie, had his position there. We'll probably get the best out of him this time around, maybe.
Yeah. So there was enough the last time for me to see a good pre-season. And remember when he came into Leeds as well, he came in off the back of not an awful lot of game time into an incredibly busy period for Leeds where he wasn't the only player that got injured. A lot of players got injured around that time. He then got injured in that stupid international break that happens at the end of March. Yeah. So, I mean, that was all out of our control. People saying he's injury prone. His track record of injuries would suggest he's not injury prone, that he just had a bit of a bad run because you're coming from a standing start nearly into full pelt, and you can pick up injuries that way. So I would like to see him come in. I think he's a very good right back. Sam's done 2 tweets. Well, one Facebook, I think, and one Instagram, one tweet. Right. One was where you at, Connor Roberts, and then Connor Roberts replied to Rodon's Instagram post of him going back to Leeds, going, well done, Rods. And Sam's replied to that going, you're next, mate. Okay. So he's done 2 of them, and I don't.
Yeah,
I would believe there's some smoke there.
Yeah, probably there is, mate. A player that's left on loan for the season, Darko JB. He's gone to Plymouth to work under to Rooney. Smart move, I guess. Yeah, it's a good move for him. He's 2 years left on his contract, so this is a big season for him. Do you think he has a future at Leeds?
I don't think he's the Roman Lavia they thought he was going to be, because when they bought him, Lavia they were in the team together, and they thought we're getting
City had us over a barrel, bro. Let's be honest. Yeah,
they did. And again, it was one of the Victor Orta under 21 signings that didn't quite do it. But when he played in the advanced roles for Plymouth last year, and it's a pretty small sample size, he did really well when he was in that position. The 6, I don't think suits him, even though Leeds seem to think he's a CDM. I don't think the pace in that position suits him. It's too slow, and he tends to get caught in possession. But when he was in the advanced positions, he got a couple of assists, he got a couple of shots on target, he got man of the match in one of the games. A good full season there, but it's a massive season for him at Leeds. Like, if he goes to Plymouth this year, he needs a really good season to force his way into the Leeds side and to get a second contract at Leeds. If he has a bad season, you could probably look at him being sold in January or the end of the season. Yeah. Because then he's into 1 year left on his deal, and what's the point? We spent $5 million on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame. But hey ho, it is what it is. Especially when you consider some of the academy products that have gone on to do great at City, and we've ended up with Darko bloody. Listen, he might go on. I don't want to be too scathing, but yeah, it's like there are many others. James McAtee, Taylor Harwood Bellis. There's just loads we could have had on loan, as even just for that season, as opposed to just signing JB. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it, mate? Yeah, it looks like. Look. If we do bring Roberts in, we've got Roberts, Rodon, Strauch. We've then got left back because Firpo's been allowed to go to the Olympics, so that tells me that the club are saying, find a club, you can go. You know what I mean? Otherwise, he'd be back, wouldn't he? Because they didn't let Joseph go, for example. So that tells me he's going to, you know.
I thought the same thing. The Daily Mail are saying it as well. They're saying that Leeds are expected to sell him. I don't know how much interest there is in him, but we said this at the end of last season. Leeds either offer him a new deal or they'll sell him. And they haven't offered him a new deal, and he's not expected to get another deal. So that means Leeds are going to have to look at a left back as well. And there hasn't been a huge amount of left backs linked with Leeds outside of Luca Netz at Gladbach, and they won't get him. Not now.
Jordan Torunarigha as well. He's a centre back that can play left back, but
will go. Has been said today. This club have said he will be going this summer, so he's up for grabs.
Hoffenheim,
He's a big boy for left back.
Yeah, he's massive. Yeah, and Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga want him, and he's from Germany originally. So you're a bit like, yeah, we're probably not going to get that one done. But yeah, exciting times, Joe. Busy for us as content creators as well, which is which is good. When do you expect it to really start to? Because we've got a pre-season game on the 19th. I think we never really get all signings in before that first pre-season game anyway.
The kids and the ones you want to have a look at will be involved in that game.
Yeah, 100%. But what we expecting?
I would have thought rapidly. I mean, think of it. I know it's not an obvious.
And the always that as well, Joe. I know I'm a lot more scathing towards than what you are, but we both have to agree after Grey Sale, money now with Red Bull and all that. You need to start. You need to go and show us now with the players that you bring in that you mean business.
Well, I agree, 100% agree. The big thing with this is, and the panic around the 30th of June PSR deadline wasn't just the end of year PSR, it was the end of that 3-year cycle as well, which is why everybody's been shitting the bed trying to get players out the door and balance their books. So you're into a new 3-year cycle now. So Leeds can lose a few quid in the next year or so and still be okay. Yeah. They have to show a bit of good faith here. They have to back up the statements. Look, right now, I don't believe they've lied to us.
Yeah. Okay.
In any capacity. They never told us they were going to keep Archie. In fact, they dodged the question and made it seem very likely he could possibly be on the way. It's not great that it's happened, but I'm kind of the person that it's happened now. There's nothing else we can do about it. I mean, people are threatening their season tickets and not supporting the club. And what's the next thing we do? We're going to march on Ellen Road over this. He's not coming back. It's not happening. He might come back before the start of the season on loan. You never know. They'll take him on their preseason tour. If he doesn't click with them, they might loan him back to Leeds for a year. Great. But in terms of bringing the faith back into the ownership, I think they'll need to back up the statements around putting us in the strongest position to compete. They've said that 4 separate times now, and it's in writing on the website as well. Yeah. So they're going to have to back that up. But we said it yesterday.
That was part of their justification for selling him as well, wasn't it? By saying, look, we're gonna make sure we're ready. So,
Yeah. And if Cree goes as well and you get a sizable chunk of money for him as well, you've got a lot of money. Then, and again, I watched you and Connor yesterday and I agreed with one of the statements that you guys made. Well, I agreed with a lot of what you said, but now you're talking about, well, I want a Whitaker. I want a Sammy Smodux. I want these championship. I know Parker doesn't want necessarily older championship players and like Smodux, but he's going to need a couple of them. Clearly, he missed out on it last year, and they'll need a few this year. So I want to see Leeds start to bring in a higher caliber player this year and
you
balance
want
that squad.
Pirro, don't you? Like in terms of, I know Pirro now with hindsight, but when we signed Pirro, we were like, oh my god, So you want another one of them, don't you?
Yeah, you want that. But you're looking at both wingers. If the two boys, Nanto and Cree, stay, you're looking probably bringing a lone player in as backup for White because you got Dan James as well. You still need bodies in the middle of the park. Arguably, I still think we need a number 10 because I'd like to see Georgie move out to the wide area. Aronson, fine, he's a 10, but we don't know what he's going to be like.
He'll be back soon because they were dumped out of the Copa America last night, weren't they? I know,
Devastating, yeah. Terrible to see Thomas Christensen and Marcelo Bielsa qualify out of that group. Imagine that.
Karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch.
There's a USMNT fan who did tweet this morning.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm with the Leeds United fans now.
There's been so many of it.
Yeah.
They were like, Leeds. I seen one guy put Leeds and Juve fans were right. He is a fat. And I was like, yes, that's what I saw. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, well, there you go. You've watched him for long enough now. You got it.
Man.
Yeah, it was great to see that. But yeah, they do need to restore a little bit of faith. But as with last year, I'll judge them at the end of the transfer window. Did we do all of our business correctly? Now, I still want the bulk of it done before the start of August. Not the end of August. It's a need drip feed and need our players you have to wait on. Fair enough. Wait till the end of August. But the core needs to be there. There is a lot of players gone. I don't expect Shaqs to come back. I don't expect Cooper to come back. Although again, I haven't seen the video, so he could be there.
No, Cooper's not back, but he'll have extra time off because of the Euros anyway, won't he?
That's true. We get another 2 weeks. Yeah, so he's back a week or two time. Although he has come back early because he was the skipper and he has come back in. But
he's going
that could be 2 out. That's 2 out. Then you're looking at Archie is 3. Then you're looking at Anthony going back 4. Robert's going back 5. There's 5 from your starting 11 that are gone. And we said this at the end of last season, Leeds probably need to add about 5 players to that squad. You now need to probably add 7 to that squad, and that includes backup. Good backup. Unless they look at Charlie Crew and go, right, we'll put him on the bench this year and we'll push him. But again, will Farke give him the minutes? Creswell looked like he's likely to go, even though Toulouse has gone through. You don't come back from being sold. If you've been sold once, the club are going to sell you again. So the next offer that comes in, they'll accept that as well, and off you'll go. I don't want him to go. I want him to stay or be loaned out. But once it's happened, once it's likely to keep happening. So he'll likely go, which means Leeds need minimum 1 centre-back, possibly 2, if they use Ethan Ampadu as a backup centre-back. But then in that case, then they also need another centre defensive midfielder brought in as well. So there's a lot of work needed. It is looking like
it's
a full
almost
rebuild.
like a rebuild, mate. With the
it is a rebuild
that,
for me now.
That
it is
going to go, yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a rebuild because there were gaps in that squad last year as a squad, not a starting 11, but there were gaps in that squad last year. Not everybody was as good as they needed to be, hence why we finished third and missed out in the playoff final. So there is a rounding off of that squad needed and maybe a better caliber player in certain areas needed.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that as long as it's not used as an excuse the start of August because
they can't make like you've mentioned, Parag is on record as saying we don't have them issues anymore. You know, the manager didn't come in till here. We couldn't get players in till here. We don't have no issues with the contracts. The manager's been in from today, from the start of pre-season. For me, especially even more so now with the Gray saga, they have no saving grace period anymore. You need to hit the ground running. And that goes for the manager who are back as well, by the way. He also needs to now get shit together, you know, for me.
I've said this multiple times, but now... I was on that Spurs thing yesterday. We were talking about pressure as well. It's a very different level of pressure for the 49ers this season and a very different level. Exactly, Jack. A very different level of pressure on Farke. I know I keep saying he gets a month with me and people are kind of saying that's extreme. You can't give him a month. And what I mean by that is there's no wait till the end of August. That's what I mean by giving him the month. He doesn't get that month this year. No. Leeds need to be in the mix at the end of that month. And the conversations around whether he's the right guy or not will start at the end of that month. And that's when it will kick in. And then you've got September, October.
Bro, I've got some news for you hot off the press.
Oh, yeah?
Beren Cross, Leeds United have rejected £30 million bid from Brighton for Gio Rutter. There you go, Leeds United. So again, this is
technically be profit as well, wouldn't it? Because they paid 35 2 years ago for him.
Yeah, huge show of strength from the club to say no to that. Like it's a massive amount of money. Now,
let's see if they come back. I'd be shocked if they come back with more than that.
Yeah, same.
He's not the finished article. We know that, and I'd like to see him here another season.
Yeah. Oh, that's really shocking, though, the fact that oh, God. I'm nervous, man. They're all circling, Joe.
We knew that was going to happen. We knew they were going to... See, once there's a sniff in the ground, possibly... And again, people keep saying to me on the comments today, it's a fire sale. It's like, we've sold one player. It's not a fire sale. Relax. We're not... Yes, a lot of players have gone, but I don't think a lot of people would have had a problem with the players that have going. Most people wouldn't have had an issue with them going. Yeah. Same with Pat Bamford being talked about today. Leeds are open to selling either Bamford or Pirro. Yeah. One of them. Most people won't have an issue if one of those goes. So they're
it's
that's a good point. That's the question, Vic, isn't it? It's to see if they do come back with another offer. Or
if they sell him as well, I'm like, nah, get out. You can't sell Rutter as well, man.
I don't know if I would be.
Oh, God.
You see, this is the thing. I need to see what's going to happen next because there's no way Leeds are competitive next season to sell everyone. They're just not going to be competitive. They're not going to have a squad together in time. And then that is marching on Ellen Road territory. That is, you've lied repeatedly. If we get to the end of the window and this squad is lesser than it was last year, and I mean in terms of all-round quality, not just a handful of players, and we've sold some big players, then there's a problem. And then there will be real problems when they walk into Ellen Road the first day of the season. There will be, you go goal behind, that's going to be immediate problems. And it'll be aimed directly to 49ers, not Farke. It'll go past Farke directly and straight to the 49ers. So it's interesting. We're going to get more of this. I would expect someone to put a bid on Ampadu as well at some point. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. But he only costs us 7. Someone offers a cheeky 10 or 12 million. That's a profit. And it's not a whole lot of money for a good player. Yeah.
It's been...
You're going to get this. But I'm trying to keep my reaction quiet until I see what comes in.
Yeah, true. It's been reported now by Revilo as well, just in the last 30 minutes, that Betis continues to advance for Diego Llorente and negotiates the formula for the operation with Leeds.
They must have a snail negotiating their deals because they've been advancing for weeks. They must be just barely moving at this point. Like, we're nearly there. If you look out your window at Ellen Road, you can see them walking up the road, but they're walking really slowly. They'll get here in a couple of weeks' time. But they get that one done and get him off the books.
We rejected deals for Rutter last summer. We've rejected them again now. You can't sell Rutter. I think it'd be criminal if you sold Rutter. Like, apart from his goal scoring, like, his overall play was absolutely phenomenal and key to everything we did. Look how many. I don't think any player in the Championship created more goal scoring opportunities than him, and with a killer up top, which I'll say,
if you get a finisher.
I'll say Sargent. I know you'll disagree, but with someone up top who scores goals, and the facts are, with Aronson coming back, he could even play out wide next season.
Aronson or Georgie?
No, Georgie with Aronson in the 10. Or
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So because that's what he did at Hoffenheim, didn't he? That's what he did at Hoffenheim.
Yeah, he played it wide for Hoffenheim, and then we bought him as number 9.
Yeah.
So there's our logic. And this is the bit I'm talking about reaction. The first comment I've seen as a reply to Baron Cross's post is, "What are we doing?" Yeah. And my reply has been, "Rejected it. That's what we're doing."
Yeah. Man.
But the answer is in the question. Do you know what I mean? It's right there. It's rejected. And then look, that's not to say that they won't come back and he will leave. And I've said this already, and I'll say it again. And this is the reality. And you've said this over the last couple of weeks as well. Leeds United are a championship team.
Yeah, we have.
And for the last 20 years, we've not been in the Premier League as much as we've been in the Championship. Arguably, other clubs have spent as long, if not longer, in the Premier League than we have that are now in the Championship. So every single player.
People don't like to hear it, bro, but you have to.
They hate it, and I hate saying it.
This is where we are. Yeah, that's why it's a shock to me. And again, and I know you'll love this because you fell in love with him last season. You have to give props to Joe Rodon because they don't make him like that anymore. Because he not only did he have offers from newly promoted side, he had offers from Brentford, who are a comfortable Premier League side, you could argue, have had a few seasons there. So he could have gone there, and he's turned them all down to return back to Leeds. So they don't make him like that anymore, Joe.
I love that. I'm all over that. Oh, the Red Bull logos in white around the training pitch. That's nice. Sorry, I'm seeing all this stuff coming through now.
Yeah. People were like,
couldn't stick on the shirt though, no?
No. Exactly.
Couldn't put on blue in the shirt, no?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, look, you want that. I mean, he's turned down some Premier League clubs to stay at Leeds because he gets what Leeds are about. He's a very Leedsy type player for me. I love him. I'm all up for that. He's my type of player, and I would love, I always say that old saying of, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Give me 11 Joe Rodons. They probably won't score an awful lot of goals, but they won't concede an awful lot either. He's for me, he's exactly the kind of mentality Leeds want. The fact that he wants to be here, and Leeds have talked before about having players who want to be there. This window's gonna be nuts. It was always gonna be nuts window, and it's gonna be a nuts window.
I said to you, Joe, if you remember, it'll actually be busier in the Championship than it will in the Prem, because in the Prem we keep all our players. In the Championship, we'll have to buy new and sell loads. So it's like, as a content creator, I'm like, brilliant, because at least I'll be busy. Because I tell you what, that June week when Euro started, it was dead, wasn't it? And it was like, oh God. But now, we're flying, I think.
There's only so many news videos I can do on Leeds United's pre-season ticketing plan, for having something there to talk about. But look, it's going to be a crazy window, but I would advise people, I suppose, or just do what you want, essentially, do what you want. But I wouldn't overreact until this is closer to the start of August and see what's actually going to happen if it comes in. But they need to hurry up and do some stuff. If they can get some good quality signings in the next couple of days, next week, I think it starts to swing the favour back in. I think people will be picking their season tickets back out of the bin and come back and supporting.
The YEP now have gotten that article from Estadio Deportivo, who were also claiming now that Llorente has agreed personal terms and looks set to sign a 4-year deal running to the end of 27-28. So it looks like that deal's going to be sorted as well.
It's great news.
Because
that's pure profit as well, because he's in a different contract, so that's all money.
I can't wait till he's fucking gone. He's doing me tits in, mate, if I'm honest. We're drawing close. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Like, I think the thing is as well, if you think, folks, and I don't know how you feel, Joe, let's not forget Rutter was bid for last summer, but we didn't find out until after the fact, 'cause it happened in Germany. I think the fact that this is UK, the UK-based journalists are able to probably get contact from someone at Brighton who also works at Brighton Live, who's then gone to Berren and gone, FYI, we've just bid for him. But in Germany, they don't have them contacts. So we never found out about Rutter. So just because a bid's come in, doesn't mean that we're gonna be selling by any stretch of the imagination, does it?
No, not at all.
No.
But again, it's going to be a nuts window. Don't be surprised if anybody goes. Leeds are clearly saying everyone has a price at this club, and we know what we're doing. We know what we're building.
Yeah.
There'll be sacrifices to build that, and I don't know, but they are back pre-season training. You like to have as much of your business done before the start of the season. The Euros has knocked that back for most clubs, but a lot of clubs have got very busy this week, and Leeds will need to pick up the pace in the next couple of weeks.
100%, we will, mate. We will. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be very interesting. But this is what we do this for. Go on, mate.
I was going to ask two questions. There's two Spurs sources have now quoted Archie Gray, who was forced out of Leeds United. Okay, first one. I'm not going to lie. I'm a massive Celtic fan, so I love him, and that was Archie Gray's response to being managed by Ange Postecoglou. The second one's come from Baron Cross. When Spurs came in and I had the opportunity to play in the Champions League eventually and the Europa League this year, I couldn't say no. That's from his own mouth.
Yeah, that is true. Do you want me to bring something different to the table? No, I'll just leave it. And do you know what? The club, right this second, 7 seconds ago, have tweeted a video of Gio Rutter saying hi. So you know why they've done that, because they're aware of the Brighton stuff that's come out. That is Leeds saying he's going nowhere. That's very, very good that they've done that, to be fair. Georgie's back and a wave. So, yeah, happy days. Yeah. Anyway, Joe, I don't know if this... Pardon?
48 seconds ago, I'm going...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So that's them saying, boof.
That training top is awful.
I don't mind it, Joe.
I don't like the grey.
Oh, really? What is it? You hate Archie Gray, don't you? You wanted him gone.
On the Saturday video, I said Leeds. The last thing I said, I wasn't trying to be dramatic or have a half-decent close to the video, but I said, on a day where Leeds United sell Archie Gray, they've launched a training kit in the colour grey. And that was it. I like the blue and yellow. I don't like the grey with it as well. I think it's a lot going on there. I like the black stuff. The all black kit training gear looks great.
I like the training stuff. I hate the home shirt. I really don't like.
I don't hate it, but I think it's a step down from having something slightly bespoke last year with the peacock feathers. And if they'd left the blue and yellow on the three stripes, that would have been a nice touch to keep it that way and keep it Leedsy. It's a generic Adidas template with a generic, and like. Yeah. If you weren't a Leeds fan, the Red Bull sponsor makes it look a bit more Premier League or top end. But if you're a Leeds fan, did you need to put the red on it? I get it. I understand why they've done it. I don't like it, but it's fine. I bought last season's shirt the second it went on sale. I will be waiting for this one to go down in price before I buy it.
Yeah.
Up Galway.
Yeah, up the Galway. 1 second. I've just... oh, hang on. David S. Journo saying we rejected the bid 48 hours ago. Brighton confident they'll get it done. Price no issue, just a possible problem with structure. Where have you read? Who's that? David S. Journo. Who's that? Is he just
some bloke on Twitter?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I was told twice yesterday Joe Tiff had said some stuff, and my exact response was, "I am leaving this conversation now."
I can't see that, bro.
Sources, George. Sources. Where's he say it?
Sources. Where's he say it? No, unless I'm on the wrong account. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It'd have been retweeted or they've been tagged in it by now at some point, I swear. Yeah, listen, Rutter's going nowhere. I mean, listen, if they sold Rutter as well...
I wouldn't say that.
I'm saying it. If they sell Rutter as well, they'll have a riot on their hand, and Farker will have to will probably walk. I can't even lie. He'll probably walk. I think he will, you know?
I think they all have a price. Everyone has a price. And if someone's willing to pay it, Leeds will sell for that price. And I'm assuming they'll have backup options there. What I want to see is Callum O'Hare coming in the next 2 days. That's what I want to see. A couple of smart free transfers coming in. And Leeds apparently very interested in Callum O'Hare. I would be very excited if that came in. It would be very smart business as well for nothing.
Yeah, it would be great. It would be great if he did come. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't think the 49ers will risk the
I don't think they care.
You don't think they care about us at all?
No, I don't think they care about the backlash. I think they've got a plan, and they're working to that plan, and they're working through that plan. Like, people are like, they need to come out and tell us why they sold Archers. They won't do that. They just won't. You won't get that. You got a paragraph in a statement. That's all you're getting. They won't do that. They're running this like a business. They'll have a plan. They'll know what they're doing, and they'll be working through it. This window will determine whether fans will like this ownership or not after this. If they make a balls of this transfer window, it'll be very hard for them to come back unless Leeds get automatic promotion. But they've, as we've already said, they've got a lot of work to do rapidly.
Vega makes a good point. 49ers kept Willie amidst backlash. They sold Archie without blinking. They will capitalise on commodities or hold for value where irrelevant. This is true, you know. Nah, someone actually said that they were messaged by someone and said, like, I don't want to say who, but like this is what they do. Like, they're brutal. They're very much like, if it's the best for the benefit of the football club, in their opinion, they'll do it regardless of backlash, I think.
And they're exposed to an awful lot more than we are. We only see the end of an action. So they'll know exactly what the finances look like. They'll know exactly what their list of players they're looking at bringing in looks like. They'll know how much they're going to cost them. They'll be budgeting and figuring out how they can make deals to make all this fit within PSR. They'll know what they're doing. They'll ride out the storm confident, I would imagine, that by the end of it, they'll have appeased everybody with what comes in.
Yeah, you would.
But the more that leave, the harder that gets to do. Because you're losing a player who has created so many big chances and so many assists and so many great moments last year in Georgie. You're losing Archie Gray, who is the future of the club's fans on his shoulders. You're going to lose Chris Summerville, who got you all of your goals and assists last year. That's three massive players to lose if you lose them. You give a hell of a job to replace them with proven commodities like they would be this year. You know, you would expect a better output from Georgie this season, from him now having 46 games, 50 games under his belt at this level. You'd expect more for him. You sell him to Brighton. Yeah, you might get 30 million from him. You might get a 5 million profit on him. Maybe if they paid off 10 of it already. I don't know. But I do think every player has a price in the Championship, and Leeds will be mindful of that.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't think we're irrelevant. What Vega said, I don't think Leeds fans are irrelevant. I would assume, and again, this is where you have to try and step back from the emotion of being a Leeds fan and put yourself in a position of management within that structure. I would imagine they're like, we know what team we want to put on the pitch in the first day of the season, and we know what team we need to win the league with, and they'll be confident in that. Our relevancy then comes into it if they're successful. Or if they're unsuccessful. If they're unsuccessful, we'll say, well, they didn't give a shit about us. They did all of this, didn't care about the fans, sold their best player, sold the Crown Jones, and we finished 7th. Or it'll be, that was a piece of genius. They balanced out the squad. They brought in some really clever players, sold a couple, but brought in some really good players, and we've won the league and we're back in the Premier League. Like, it's those two extremes. It's not going to be it's fine, we'll see how next year goes. It'll be this worked or this didn't work. There won't be middle ground on this.
Yeah. It's true. More will be revealed, I assume, folks, over the coming weeks. It's going to be a mad few window. Make sure you check out Joe at Leeds United The View. I've also just stuck a redirect on for the 12th Man podcast with Dan Potts. He's a good friend of mine. Listen, you don't have to stay all the time, but if you could go on over, hit the chat, Just Joe Raid, show some love, smash some likes for him. It's important we all do this as content creators to try and help each other out. Lee Gunner and stuff does it to me, and it massively helps, and I get new subscribers on the back of it. So we just like to keep the train going. So there'll be a redirect for Dan Potts. Make sure you go over, Just Joe Raid. I'll be in the chat, so I'll be checking that you're doing it. Make sure you check out Joe Leeds United The View as well, and I'll probably be back tomorrow I'd assume, but who knows, because it's going to be fast paced. This is the wild thing. By 8 or 9 o'clock we might have had something else come out, so we'll be there. But thanks for watching, and obviously going over and check Dan Potts and Jer as well, which I know you already are, and I'll see you in a bit, folks. Bye bye.